sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live for another edition of the Thursday Night Forecast. We're going to be talking about the college football playoffs, first round preview and predictions. I'm here tonight with my man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10. How you feeling, Mossberg?
Feeling pretty good this evening, man. Just thankful, as I just told all the guys, man, just thankful. Couldn't get any better than this, and happy to see all the screens popping off this evening on a Thursday night.
We also got our man FanDuel Zaya, or One Take Zaya, in the house with us tonight. How you feeling, One Take Zaya?
Man, I told you we rebranded, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure y'all tune in soon, man. We about a week away from really launching that thing. But what's good with the gang?
Man, everybody good, man. Good to see you in here, Zay, man. I know you out there working.
We also got our man post-game of the post-game 86 podcast with us tonight. He dropped a bomb on us yesterday with that Notre Dame talk with his two running backs going to the NFL draft. How you feeling post-game?
Mr. Brown, how you doing, sir? Shout out to the gang. How y'all doing? I see you, Dougie Fresh. What's going on, SEC? One Take, Mossberg. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For sure. We also got our man SEC Sean in the house with us tonight. How you feeling?
Sean?
Hold on.
We see how you feeling.
Right when you came to me, it hit me. We doing good. I'm gonna let everybody introduce real quick. I'm ready to roll. It's great to see everybody in here. Let you get the introductions. Before we jump into the chat, I'd like to take a minute before we get rolling. After you introduce everybody, I got some stuff I want to mention.
All right, cool. We also got our man Doug in the house with us. How you feeling, Doug?
Feeling good, guys. You guys are looking good tonight, man. Appreciate you guys. Looking forward to this weekend. We got high school football playoffs and we got this college football playoffs, man. There's nothing but good stuff right now. So it's a blessing.
For sure. We also got our man T1 of City League TV joining us as well. How you feeling, T1?
Man, I'm just getting over this virus, man. It had me down since Sunday night.
That's crazy you say that because it's the same thing here.
Yeah. Just getting over it. So I'm feeling like God is good. Let's go.
All right.
All the time.
For sure. Go ahead, SEC Sean. Hit us with what you want to talk about.
Look, it's nothing to really talk about, just something I want to throw out there. Y'all all know I'm a big NASCAR guy. And, Christmas next week. If y'all remember the hurricane that hit North Carolina last year, one of the guys who took his own money and his own plane and helicopter and was delivering supplies to people that couldn't get them, Greg Biffle, died in a plane crash today with his wife, his son, and his daughter.
Oh, wow.
No, I didn't know there was kids too.
It was his whole family. They were trying to do some more humanitarian work. And so, I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to be religious, but if anybody prays or does something, just keep that whole Biffle family in your prayers. He was a good race car driver. He won the 2000 truck championship and the 2002 Xfinity series. He won 19 races at the cup level, never won the championship, but he was a really good racer, but a better person. And believe it or not, as big as I am into NASCAR, Doug is the one that sent me the message telling me about it, and I had to go verify and make sure. So just wanted to get that out there. It's near at the Christmas time, that whole family has lost a whole side of their family. So just wanted to get that out there before we get on to bigger and more of this football stuff. Just, keep your family close.
Yeah, that's crazy. The whole family. I don't like that.
Mm-mm.
And two other people that were friends of the family, but the main, yeah.
Definitely prayers, man. Definitely prayers for their whole family, man. And, you know, hopefully they make it through this tragic event, man, because that's tough, bro. That is tough.
But on a funnier side, when you see if you go look up Greg Biffle highlights, you'll find a highlight where he wrecked my old driver Kevin Harvick early in the race, and Harvick sat on his pit box. And then at the end of the race, he ran over and jumped on top of Biffle's car and dive bombed his ass. So just a little funny moment within there too. So
Right. All right, y'all. Well, listen, man, we already know what we coming upon. We coming upon that college football playoff first round. First team up, we got number 9 Alabama traveling to Norman, Oklahoma to play them Oklahoma Sooners, who is favored by 1.5. It opened up with Alabama favored by 1.5. Now it has shifted gears, and now it is Oklahoma favored by 1.5. The over and under is only 40.5 points, y'all. Only 40.5. They talking about a 20-19 game or 20-17 game. They ain't thinking about them getting over 40.5 points, which means both of these two bums is playing some bum football. What's your thoughts on this game, man? I'm not excited about it, but I'm gonna watch it. What advantages does Alabama have over Oklahoma in this game?
experience, playoff experience.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Advantage. I mean, even DeBoer has coached in it. I mean, if you think back at Washington, so
That's true.
That's my biggest advantage right there.
I would say for Alabama, the advantages is in the passing game. I think the passing attack that they hold, we all know what it could be. Quite frankly, these past few weeks, we've been trying to figure out what they're going to do with the run game. We've been hearing a lot about the injury report on both sides, but I think that's the up and down that we've seen with the 1.5 one way, 1.5 coming the other way. But for me, in this playoff game, I'm looking to see if Alabama could take that edge back that they once had early in the season with Jam Miller healthy, actually having a run game, which Oklahoma seemed to start to gain access to and continue to get better at throughout the season. So I think Alabama has their advantage in the passing game. I know the Bower's experience, but I throw that out the window. I just think it's that passing attack that Alabama has. That's the advantage for me.
I partially agree with Moss. I would say if you looked at anything in this game, you would have to say Alabama's receiver group and their quarterback. It would be the reason why they would win this game. But I think Oklahoma's defense is going to offset all that. So if that's not the advantage I'm going to go with, I'm going to say Alabama doesn't have any advantages.
I like that tape. Man, that's post game. You got any great thoughts? I know you've been looking and seeing the back and forth with this game. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'm with you, my man. I believe that if Alabama is going to have an advantage, it has to be that passing attack. For damn sure, it's not the running attack, but that passing attack with those receivers and then and that quarterback, if they're able to keep a clean pocket and not have him under duress, I think Alabama can do some things in that with that passing attack. But that would be the only advantage I could see. Maybe coaching experience, as SEC Sean mentioned, but outside of that, I got all the check marks for Oklahoma.
Yeah, I like Alabama. I agree with post game on the skill positions, the receivers and the quarterback. I think they got a huge advantage on there because Oklahoma offensively, man. I mean, maybe the biggest advantage for for Alabama is that Mateer just doesn't really do it. But I mean, he don't throw the ball very much, man. It's like I think he's under 200 yards for almost every game, or last like maybe 6-7 games. So I think the last time they played, I know Oklahoma won, but they scored, I think, off of 3 turnovers. So if Alabama just take care of the football, and I think they should win this game pretty, at least by a touchdown. But I don't think won't be a blowout. But so I think it's the skill positions, and I think it's Mateer. He's just not throwing the ball very well. So
T1.
That's why I said earlier, like I agree with SEC Sean that Alabama playoff experience and that pedigree, they need to win this game. The head coach needs to win this game. Alabama needs to win this game as a university to reestablish themselves as still one of the top teams out here. Now, they could go and lose the second game, but they have to win this game. They cannot just be one and done. So I'm saying that they're going to have to find that player that got recruited to Alabama to come up out of them and make sure that Oklahoma doesn't leave home.
Yeah, one advantage I think that Alabama has is I think they got the perimeter guys to be able to throw some of the short stuff and force Oklahoma's defensive linemen, who are really what makes that defense go. Make them guys have to start chasing some dudes sideline to sideline, man. Get them guys tired out and go ahead and take advantage of the run game after that point. After you done made those defensive linemen, have to chase that ball on the perimeter. I think that's an advantage that they can take advantage of. And just don't turn the football over, and I think you beat Oklahoma pretty easily, because I don't think Oklahoma offensively is going to be able to score enough points. Even though Alabama's defense isn't that great, like we've seen in the past, I don't think they need to be great in order to beat Oklahoma, because I don't think Mateer really scares them. I think that as long as they protect the football, Alabama, that is, they can win this game pretty easily.
It's just real quick. It's something that Doug mentioned about the 200 passing yards with Mateer. As much as I, do vouch for him and like him, I think the crazy thing is he really haven't had no game over 200 plus yards, really, except, when it comes to a tier team, is Michigan. If he can some way find a way to get in his bag and have that type of performance exceeding the Michigan performance, along with a rushing attack, I think this Oklahoma team can come out on top. But my guess was the first team to 75 rushing yards and winning a turnover battle.
Yeah. Old Texas Tech man 9144 said Oklahoma lacking offense, and OU's nickname is Choke 'em Sooners.
Hey, here's a great thing too. Everybody's been off for like 2 weeks, so a lot of those injuries, like, we should have some healthy players out here playing some good, solid football. Some teams didn't have 3 weeks off. Didn't have 3 weeks off. You know what I mean? So we should have some healthy players out here banging and clanging.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Do y'all think the team who runs the ball the best has the best chance to win this game?
No, because if you can throw the hell out of it, you can win.
Oklahoma has to run the ball.
yeah.
Alabama needs to try to run the ball, but Alabama could run for 60 yards in the whole game and still win. But Oklahoma has to run the ball.
I agree.
That's the main difference. It's not a matter of who runs better. It's one team has to and one team needs to try.
I think though.
And I will say this, a stat to remember. DeBoer has not beaten Venables. 0-2.
That's it. I think the reason I say I think with the run game, because if Alabama had to sit back, if their run game is not clicking, if they had to sit back and pass, this pressure that Oklahoma brings, I think is different. And I think if you give them a few weeks to really lock in and look at that film from before and how Ty Simpson was, flustered and bringing all that heavy pressure, I think they must run the ball. I think it's the team that runs the ball best has the advantage in this. That's just because, Mateer's not getting 200, I don't think, when it comes to passing. And like you said, he had to have a crazy game in order to do that. So I don't think Ty can have a 300-yard passing game. It's possible, but I think that run game has to be going for him to even have 200 plus when it comes to the passing. So I think the run is a big part of this game itself. I think the defensive fronts is going to be big as well.
I think this game is going to be methodical. I don't think we're going to see a lot of yards on both sides. And I think it's just going to come down to whichever quarterback make a play or two. So, and I'm curious to see at a program like OU, a team that hasn't been able to produce offense all year. Now that we're in bowl season, I wonder if they can find a guy that maybe redshirted that plays receiver that can come out here and make some plays, because we haven't seen it all year. And maybe it's on the roster and they was redshirted and it was just like, we're gonna hold you off into the playoffs or something. So that's what I'm curious to see.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure about running the ball. Whichever team runs the ball is going to be the winner or is going to benefit the most. I think my main concern is that um, Alabama offensive line going against that pass rush of Oklahoma. Now, Alabama needs to try to run the ball, as SEC Sean mentioned, to keep that defense honest. But if they can't protect Mr. Simpson and they got him flustered and making turnovers, Alabama can kiss the baby.
Yeah, I think the run game is going to be important in this game. Not as important for Alabama as it is for Oklahoma, because I think that Ty Simpson and the group of receivers he has can make some plays against Oklahoma. But I don't believe that Mateer's talent that he has around him can do the same thing that Alabama's talent around Ty Simpson can do. So I think it's very, very important for Oklahoma to be able to run this football. And if they can, they could definitely win this game if they can limit the possessions for Alabama. But I think they're going to have a hard time being able to do that for 60 minutes. And I think it's going to be a methodical game too as well, FanDuel saying. I think the country believes that because the over and under is only 40 and a half. So that's not a whole lot of points in a game. If you got two teams that are playing at this level and they only going to get 20 and 20, that's not a lot of points. So I think this game is going to come down to if Oklahoma can run the football well, they have a really good chance of winning. But Alabama don't necessarily need to have to run the ball well in order to win.
Quick question: Do you think Oklahoma can do similar things to what Georgia did to Alabama in the SEC championship?
I think I'm trying.
Absolutely. I think it's the fundamental fact that OU is playing at home too this time. They're gonna be running off of juice.
I think the Crimson Tide in dangerous territory with this one. They coming off a lackluster performance in the SEC championship. They didn't throw for 250, and they still have no run game. So, man, this could be a game where Oklahoma and Mateer possibly go off. We just don't. like you say, Zay, they at home. That could be something to think about. You know, with Alabama's lackluster SEC performance in the championship.
I mean, the reality is whoever wins this game gets the Ohio State Buckeyes. And you don't have any offense, and you're going to go play the Ohio State Buckeyes? Come on, man.
No, this
I don't
team
think
winner.
either one of them is in a hurry to get there.
No. Winner of this gets Indiana.
Oh, they get Indiana. Okay. Oh, I thought this was the 8-9 game. Don't the 8-9 game
This
get number
8-9,
one?
they get the 1 seed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Indiana is the number 1 seed. My bad, Buckeye fans.
I got y'all Buckeye fans. I'll correct the Longhorn. Don't worry. That's normal for Aggies to correct the Longhorns.
Oh, good. Oh,
I
good.
appreciate that. I still see Ohio State as the number 1 team in the country, I guess.
You do.
What's your score prediction on this game?
7-5.
21-18.
We're going to get a grand slam and a 3-run homer and a grand slam and a solo shot.
I'm going 17-10 OU.
We're going to get a special team touchdown on this one.
I'm going 17-14.
21-18.
I'm going 17-14 Bama.
Bama.
24-20. Got 24-20 Bama.
I'll go 17-13 Bama.
Yeah, I'm going 20-13 Alabama.
Blitz, Bama, blitz.
I'm gonna go 30-17 OU.
30 to
You
6.
said 30? You said 30?
30-17 OU. They at home, man. They gotta create. This is the reason though, because it's like for me, they put up 7 points in the SEC championship, Bama, and I know I've been picked them a couple times this year. But this the thing: Oklahoma's at home. If that offense could get going anyway, force some turnovers on the defensive side of the ball, it could get ugly early with Alabama trying to score some points to stay in the game. You never know with them scoring 7 neutral site SEC championship. I know they didn't save it to go to Oklahoma and try to compile some kind of big game. I don't know. I'm going 30-17, Mateer to Deer. Big playoff, and that's what they brought in the OU for.
Majority of the times when we hit Moss with the come on, man, he's right.
Well, with that score prediction, you'll be check your mail because John Mateer fan club is making you their number 1 person.
They sure are. They sure are.
Hey, man, the hype was real. The hype was real to start the season, man.
I'm not sure Oklahoma people think they can score 30.
Remember, I was talking about. Remember when he came to OU, me and Zay, because I think me and Zay had talked about it on the phone before we had a stream about it. I just thought that was like a big thing for Oklahoma. And they really haven't. Just think of the last time Oklahoma been this far. It's only the second season in a playoff. Oklahoma's at home for the second year of this playoff. That's big. You know, so I'm gonna say 30-17. Appreciate that too, post game. I'm gonna get this one. Tear to Deer with a couple of tutties.
As far as your boy Old Tech Man down there with Mateer's hand being an issue, this is the first week he's practiced without the thumb strap on.
Ooh.
He's been having it on since he's had the surgery, and it's off this week. Jam Miller should be back, and there's rumors that LT Overton should be back also on the D-line for Bama. Still not 100% sold that R. Mason Thomas is coming back yet. They're still saying questionable on him from that hamstring.
That injury report gonna change. It seems like that injury report gonna change tomorrow, and like that late coming to the game Saturday morning type of thing.
That's just the latest update I've got.
Yeah,
they're gonna need R. Mason Thomas. That's for sure.
He didn't play in the first game.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're gonna need him. They're gonna need him.
Am I the only one with OU on that?
Nah, Zay took
I
OU.
went OU with you. 17-10.
Yeah, he went like half your score.
Old Texas Tech man, fan, he's saying 35-26.
Shootout.
Alabama. He's
They're
looking
playing
for
that game at the
fireworks.
Cotton Bowl.
Hey,
Appreciate you, Texas.
when I look around the country though, this Oklahoma defense is a top 4 defense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Easy.
you got to score. I think you got to score at least 20 for real to feel comfortable winning.
That's the truth. That's the truth, Zay. That's
It's
the
not
truth. Their
easy
defense
scoring
is
that
gonna
either.
keep them in it.
21-18. What I got?
Yeah. What's your thoughts on number 11, Tulane, traveling to number 6, Ole Miss, who's favored by 16 and a half, y'all. 16 and a half. The over and under is 56 and a half. When you see a spread like this, is this the indicator that the group of 5 just don't need to be there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, I get the rules is the rules, but I just don't think they belong.
They
Um,
don't. They're not ready for prime time.
I'm with you. Everybody in here seen Boys in the Hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
We're gonna see 2 of them.
Man. Oh man, I like that interpretation. I think for me, I'm thinking about Boise State, what they did to Oklahoma, and I'm thinking about the same Tulane team who did something special against USC. But I'm also thinking that this Ole Miss team is coming out with a foot on everybody's neck. It don't matter who they play. They coming out with steam. I think they have a little something in them from what they've been dealing with, especially the senior class. I think they come out, they stump a mud hole. Like you said, post game, I think we're gonna see one of them, and it's gonna be in the tunnel. It ain't gonna be in the alley. It's gonna be straight in that tunnel. And you know how they did down there in Mississippi.
Listen, go ahead, Tom.
No, you got it. You got it.
Man, listen. I think this is the worst Power 4 school in the bracket. Ole Miss. I think Tulane got a good draw. I do not think this is the year though that we have a group of 5 team that deserves to be in the bracket. But I am one that is adamant that we need to leave them in the bracket. Um, I don't listen. I do think Ole Miss is going to be able to score the football. But I'm saying though, like we don't think Tulane gonna come out there and put up no points on them. Like who was Ole Miss defense? Who like what did we see out of their defense all year? And who did they play for us to think that Tulane ain't gonna be running off the juice that they in the playoffs and they're gonna come out there and play hard as hell? So I mean I got Ole Miss winning by a comfortable margin. I got them covering that spread, but I do think it's gonna be interesting in the first half. It's going to be somewhere 42-24 in my opinion. And I think that score is going to get a little looser though going into that fourth quarter. I think it's going to be a scratch and claw game up until that point.
You got a rematch here of a game that was a 35-point victory for Ole Miss earlier. Lane Kiffin ain't there. Golding's there, whatever. We'll see how this offense works and how everything works without Lane Kiffin there. You got a team in Tulane that's got nothing to lose. Their coach is leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what you take that offensive playbook and you open it, and every page is available. There ain't nothing off limits in this game. Reverse passes, double passes, flea flickers. Throw it behind your back, over your head. I don't care what you do. Everything is open to this Tulane team to do whatever they want. If they get blown out, people are going to say they should have been blown out anyway. I think Tulane covers the spread.
Yeah, I think
Tulane covers.
I think the thing is this for me. Mississippi gotta stand on business. They can't take Tulane lightly. They can't play around with their food. They can't overlook Tulane. They got to stand on business. And if they come into that game with that mindset, I don't see it being close. But if they come into that game overlooking Tulane, Tulane can make this a ball game.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think Tulane can definitely make this the ball game just because all what's going on over there at Ole Miss, with the coach leaving and all that other stuff. But their quarterback over there, I don't know if this is true or not, but I think he was granted a 6-year. I don't know if that's true, but he's going to hit the portal, don't you think? He's going to end up maybe wind up at LSU or something,
Who?
possibly.
Chambliss hasn't gotten a waiver approved yet.
Are you sure?
He's applying for it, but nothing's been approved as far as I know.
Okay. Well, if he does, you think he's going to hit the portal? Go to LSU? Because where's his head going to be at? What I'm saying here. Because I think, if he does decide he wants to leave and he plays in this game, I mean, who knows where his head's going to be? And like you said, Sean, Tulane ain't got nothing to lose, man. They got a bunch of hungry kids from Louisiana, Georgia. They got a kid from Ohio, Springfield, Ohio. A couple kids from Texas. So I give Tulane a fighting chance to at least cover the spread. I don't think they're going to win, but I think second time around playing Ole Miss, I think they might be able to at least keep it close the first half and hopefully at least cover the spread. That's what I'm thinking.
He's applied for the waiver, but it hasn't been granted yet.
Hasn't been granted yet? Okay.
I mean, I don't see Tulane being able to stop Ole Miss's run game. So if you ain't gonna be able to stop their run game, ain't no way you're gonna be able to win this game. I don't even think they keep it close. I think they got beat by 35 early in the season. They're gonna get beat by at least 20 this time. I don't see Tulane having a chance at all. I think this game is gonna probably be maybe 35 to 13, something like that.
Then that running back they got, Kewan Lacey, people got to forget he's a super sophomore. He had over 1,200 rushing yards. Like, I know we look at the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side, they got multiple players with, over 5 sacks. They get after it as a unit. I think that's something that we're going to see in this playoff game. I haven't really got too much of a good look at them just in spurts throughout the season, but I know what they bring through the highlights I've seen. So I think we're going to see that on this play. And like I said, I think this is a dangerous team knowing with what they dealt with in this last month, preparing for the playoff, season ending, the whole nine. So they're a scary team.
I mean, they definitely got some bulletin board material to get them motivated. How long they going to be able to do that? Because who's their next opponent if they win? They get
Georgia.
They get Georgia.
They owe Georgia, because they came out and put it on Oklahoma, even though it was a tight one. They played good in that game after losing to Georgia, and they felt that win they should have got when they was on the road against Georgia. So,
yeah, I mean they scored on 5 straight possessions. I don't think that's going to be the case this time. That Georgia defense is playing a lot better now. But to your point though, they can put up some points. So we'll see how that goes. What do y'all think the score prediction is going to be in this game? Is it going to be close? Are they going to cover? What's your thoughts?
I'll go 35-21 Ole Miss.
Yeah, I like the rushing attack from Mississippi with Chambliss and that running back. So I'll take it 34-10. 34-10 Mississippi.
Going 42-28 Ole Miss.
I ain't had that much, but give me 42-17.
Damn, that's over too, huh? Shit, give me the 42. Same thing. Just give me the 40s to the 17, 18, 20. I don't know. I think Ole Miss gonna come out and put a pounding on, cover the spread.
What you guys say?
Yeah, I already called my score 42-24.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
So the next one, I was about to say the next
Hold
one
on,
we got
we
up.
Rob got to
What's
give
your
us a score.
prediction?
Rob, what's your
So I
score?
said
You
30.
asked for
I
score
said
predictions.
35. I said 35-13.
Oh, I didn't hear that either. Man, okay, sorry. I'm too busy. I guess I need to pay more attention. I'm over here watching high school ball right now. So.
Nah, you good, man. You
Wins.
gonna give us an update on that too? That's that Texas high
This
school
That's a
football.
game
winning, right?
here, bro. This is Newton and Wall, brother. This is a game. It's 8-7 right now. Both teams just drove down the field on their first possessions.
Ooh.
Wall came out throwing a back a double pass.
Yeah, the one that
SEC
went for 2
Sean.
is going. The one that went for 2 is going to win because they playing aggressive. I like that.
Newton always play aggressive. This deep
Yeah.
East Texas boys. Them boys.
Them East
Man,
Texas boys, right?
I'm telling you, flip this on, you gonna see some speed. This is crazy speed. One of the
Small
teams earlier,
field, too.
just real quick, one of the teams earlier had a freshman who in 8th grade was clocked at a 10,900.
That boy got.
I said, okay.
Yeah,
I think the spread went up to 17.5 too on that game. Just checking it out, it went up a point to 17.5.
Damn.
Over and under stayed the same, but it just went 17.5.
Hey, SEC Sean.
What up?
Did you see that Ohio State offered that running back today?
Which one?
From
That
the one from
we were talking about the other day that broke that 100-yard, that 99-yarders.
Yeah, the DeSoto kid.
Yeah, kid from DeSoto. Yeah.
Yeah, he gonna have offers from everybody.
Yeah, we jumped on it.
He's the second best running back in the state next
Yeah,
year.
he ain't even the best junior running back in the state.
No.
Yeah. So
But he's good.
To have Ohio State jump on you, that's good. That's how we steal them boys up out of Texas.
And that 99-yard touchdown, that game was already over, by the way. But I think South Lake put their seniors in for the last play, but
yeah.
But 1,500 yards in the playoffs, that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
So.
All right, y'all. What y'all think about number 12, James Madison, traveling to number 5, Oregon, who's favored by 21.5? Another lopsided looking stat line. The over and under is 47.5. What can James Madison do in this game to make it interesting? How do you feel about it?
Run the ball and punt. Run the ball and punt with 2 seconds left on the clock.
I mean, there's a few things they could do to make it interesting. They could get their cheerleaders and have them play naked. I'd watch that. Other than that, I'd fake a tire injury on the bus or something, and we can't make it to the game. Sorry.
They have a really, really good defensive end. I checked them out. The guy's pretty good. I forget his name, but if he can cause some havoc, he can make them not cover the spread. But I'm picking Oregon big.
I feel more confident in this game being a slaughter more so than the other one. I can't say it enough. I think the world of Dante Moore. I think that receiving core is getting healthy from what I've heard. I think Oregon could be a sleeper team in this here players ball. And SEC Sean, man, you crazy.
He's too wild,
yeah,
man.
I think Oregon gonna pop.
Everyone in here, everyone in here is a liar. If it comes up and they say James Madison's cheerleaders are playing naked, you all a liar if you ain't turning to that damn game. Every one of you strike down right now.
Touche, man. Touche.
The crazy, I think the best thing for this game, for James Madison, just pack your bags, enjoy the trip, but don't, come like it's not business. Come, put your hard hat on. Let Oregon know that you're there. They're going to see you. But I just think Oregon is just a different team. Out of all the matchups, even though they're a 12 seed, I think Oregon, like post-game said, is scared. They're a threat, I think, to anybody they play in this playoff. I think they could possibly be the team to come out that higher portion of the bracket as well, along with Texas Tech, being a battle. But I think this Oregon team is scary.
Yeah, it's no chance for James Madison. Zero.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I mean, enjoy the experience, especially those seniors and everything. But I just hope that everybody's come out of there healthy because they're going to be very, very undersized. And Oregon's never been like the biggest team. There was that skill guys and everything, but they're going to be a lot bigger than James Madison. And I think it's crazy that they might be able to rest their starters, but we'll get to that later. But I don't think they have a chance in this game. They need to run the ball and punt the ball with 2 seconds left on the play clock, and just have fun. Open up the playbook or do something because they don't have a chance. So, God bless them.
They got a pretty good running back at James Madison, though. Seriously.
Yeah, no, they do. They do.
They have some players.
They're not that bad.
No.
But they're not.
They're just the power. They're a group of five.
So you got the portal's still open. So I think another thing, and when you got games like this, you can see players possibly put on a show and get themselves a little NIL package or a position on another team, a bigger school. So those are things to look at as well in some of these games when you overmatch.
Hey, and that's what that defensive end gonna do. He gonna try to eat. He got a big audition.
Yeah. Do y'all think Oregon will go and sit there too deep? If so, when do you think they're gonna sit those guys in this game?
End of the third.
Second half, yeah.
I think into the third because, you got to realize they've been off for a while. So they got to get back some game rep. And, practice rep ain't no near as like game rep. So they got to get some game rep. And then even if they win, after they win, they got another like 10 days off before the next game?
Yeah.
I think
it'd be somewhere. My bad, Mark.
Yeah.
It'd be somewhere around it. I was just gonna say it'd be somewhere around the mid to late third quarter.
Yeah, as soon as they hit 42 points, which I think is going to be at the beginning of the third quarter somewhere. It's time to
So you're saying one possession, 2 possessions in the third quarter. Go ahead and get everybody up out of there, or start taking them out.
Yeah, about 9-10 minute mark. It's going to be 42-0. I think the game going to end 49-6.
Damn.
Oregon might put up 60.
I think they could if they wanted to.
They might, because if anybody paid attention last year, you don't play around. You go out there and try to kick ass off the rip. That's it. It's like you got to go for the throat.
Yeah. Tulane is a whole different speed and they got a whole different size of a team too. Their team is not small. James Madison is small. I think Oregon run Oklahoma State off the field, and that wasn't a small football team either. That was actually a group of 4, power 4 size school. So I can't see it.
Yep, great point.
Do y'all think they're gonna cover the spread, Oregon, that the 21.5?
They can play all their kids and they're gonna score. They're gonna
Easy.
cover that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna double up.
Yeah.
Yep,
Easy.
cover that.
They said easy.
Easy money.
Yeah, these Oregon and Mississippi. The one thing I'm anxious to see in these matchups is the mindset of the favored teams in these matchups. That's going to tell me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Ole Miss come out in
Well,
them powder blues, watch out.
I think Oregon is gonna come out focused, man. I think Dan Lanning's one of those coaches that this may be the hardest week of practice. You know what I mean? He's not gonna let them get unfocused and have this anything close happen. He wants to play a lot of kids, I think, in this game because you get a chance to actually rest your starters, which I think is just crazy to me in a playoff game that one team might actually have a chance to play their 2s and 3s while these other teams have to go bang heads for 4 quarters. Man, that's just weird to me. But it is what it is, man. So
I hope that it turns out such that the committee and anybody who the NCAA whoever decides to say, listen, we're gonna make this college football playoff about the Power Four. Then we'll give the Group of Five something else. They don't need to be here, in my opinion.
I mean, if they do the 24 teams,
yeah,
they
that's what
more
I'm saying.
welcome.
Do a
Well, I mean,
2014 and make them schedule up, man. They can still get in.
if they do
I
the
don't
Yeah,
care.
24, they end up ranked in the top 24. I'm all for
yeah,
that. But if
yeah.
they ain't there, then hell, don't put them in there just because they are a Group of Five school. I I ain't trying to see that, man. We about to see 2 massacres, and it's gonna make Saturday slate look like shit. Those games aren't even on. Man, listen, them games are on True
Hey,
TV and TBS or something like that. Come on, man.
hey, Sean, tell them get them on Victory Plus, Sean. They can watch some Duncanville and North Shore or something like that.
Yeah, all you got to.
I'm gonna be doing.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna watch the A&M Miami game at noon. When that's
For
over,
sure.
I'm gonna flip over to my Victory Plus, free, by the way, and I'm gonna watch North Shore and Duncanville, and then I'm gonna watch DeSoto and CE King go at it for the last 2 state championship games. Those are the big
Yes,
6A schools.
Yeah.
As you talking about your Aggies, we definitely about to get to them guys.
Yeah, go.
Skip.
Yeah, we about to get to them like right now. Number 10, Miami, traveling to the 12th man to play the Texas A&M Aggies, who's favored by 3.5 in this game. The over and under is 48.5. How important is that 12th man going to be for Texas A&M in this game?
Man, I think the 12th man is going to be bigger than we've known. I think this is a year where we really had to see that 12th man. You got 2 teams really. If you really look at it, they could really be number one, minus the losses that they had, based on the teams that they have on paper. You're looking at a battle. So, for me, this is really. I really can't get my prediction for this one until Saturday. I think you're looking at a complete game on both sides of the ball. I think you both looking at, great quarterbacks respectively. Beck, he has championship experience. Reed being the quarterback he is. They both can, throw interceptions. But defensively, I think that's where, me personally, I'm looking at this game. So, it's still up in the air for me right now. Right now, I have it as a pick 'em. I want to go one way, but it's going to be tough to go either way right now as of today, at this very moment.
Yeah, that home crowd is different for Texas A&M. That's one of the loudest stadiums. Their fans is nuts, and we know that because of SEC Shine. We know that firsthand. But yeah, I favor A&M in this game. especially if they're able to create pressure and with that crowd noise get after Carson Beck and force him into some turnovers. And if they can contain those receivers of Miami, I think Texas A&M can get the job done. I favor them in this game.
I mean, the 12th man is famous. It really is. But this is a playoff game, man. That ticket split is different. So, this game being at noon, not under the lights, I think
Yeah.
the 12th man would be less of an effect than it typically would on any given Saturday, knowing what the ticket split is. So, I mean, they gonna need all their fans for sure. But I mean, we gonna get into more. I got more words for this game, but I don't want to skip past the rest of the questions. So I'll let everybody else answer first.
Yeah, home game for A&M, playoff game, it's going to be rocking. I think Miami's lucky this game isn't at night, to be honest with you, man. But I think even for the 11 a.m. Kickoff at Kyle Field, first playoff game, it's going to be electric for sure. So I give A&M the slight edge, but we'll talk about some of that in a little bit. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking they're gonna need the 12th man. It's gonna be rocking. I don't think Miami's ever seen anything like this. So yeah, definitely the 12th man is gonna be in full effect.
Yeah, they definitely got to be a big part of this game. They're going to force at least two false start penalties, three false start penalties in this game. In my opinion, I think that crowd is going to be up for it. And I mean, like they are every game. I think this going to play a big part in this game, keeping the Texas A&M offense and defense hyped about this game. I think it's going to be very, very important. And I think they're going to do an excellent job out there. The 12th man, that is. I don't know about the Aggies football team, but the 12th man going to be awesome.
I agree with everybody that home field advantage is going to be everything. But I have a close game. I have a close game, probably like 18-15 or something.
Mr. Aggie himself. How big do you think the 12th man have to be in this game for you guys? How big do you think it is?
And I'm gonna take that. Let me take my score back because I forgot that they be giving up points and stuff. They be playing around. So this might be a 28-24 game.
Hold on one second. I'm not. It looks like that they've stopped that whole like 70-30 split now. There's nothing saying Miami's guaranteed X amount of seats. It looks like they may have taken that out because too many people like complained that they were at a home game and they couldn't get tickets because we had to give some. So I'll do some more digging, but it looks like they've stopped the split of like 30% of the stadium capacity. But even then, there's going to be 110,000 people in that stadium at 11 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing else to do in College Station at 11 o'clock in the morning, so might as well go watch football. You can the 12th man's going to be loud. Miami is the 110th ranked offensive penalty team out of 130 something schools. They are like they're the worst team in the playoff as far as offensive penalties. The biggest crowd they played in front of this year, I think, was 67,000. You're, not doubling that, but you're pretty close.
Yeah.
They haven't played in an environment like this all year. So I think it's going to have a huge effect on Miami's offensive line and communication. So that's my theory. But it's the 12th man. They're loud no matter what.
Yeah.
Who do y'all favorite in the trenches in this game and at the skill position?
Pretty even in the trenches, I think.
I think so too. I agree.
Yeah. I give the Aggies the edge on the skill just because they run the ball really well. And but at first I thought, the A&M would have the advantage on both sides, man. But the more I look at Miami, man, they got some good-looking players, man. Offensive line and defensive line. So I think it's an even split on the trenches. And skill position, I'll definitely give it to the Aggies because they run the ball and they got some nice guys, that Concepcion and all that. That guy scares me. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it.
I like the trenches. No, go ahead, Post. You got it.
My bad, Moss. I would say it's pretty even as far as the trenches goes. And at first look, I was giving A&M the advantage at the skill positions, but I actually think they're pretty even there too. Um, but to add to that, I'm gonna say what's going to separate either team is going to be quarterback play.
Yes, sir.
The trenches, I'm going Miami. I think Miami's trenches is better. Not significantly, but by a nice size amount. Um, I think Blaine and Bang are going to give Marcel Reed a hard time all game. Um, but skill wise, hands down, I'm going with Concepcion and Craver. Like that's just a tough duo. That's a tough out for any secondary. Um, but once again, I don't want to skip ahead, but that's where I go. Like Miami's defense is significantly better than Texas A&M in my opinion. So I think everything is going to balance itself out.
Yeah, I agree with everybody, in so many ways, especially in the trenches. I think we're looking at probably one of the best battles when it comes to the trenches. Like you said, Zay Bang and opposing, they bring so much pain. I watched what they did to my Seminoles. If they can come out and play like they played against Florida State, like I've never seen Miami play like that. Just thinking about the times I've seen them this season when they played that way. And when it comes to the skill positions, it was tough. But I had to go with Miami, and the edge was Malachi Tony. Just think, I know last year they talked about Ryan Williams and his age, him coming in, but Malachi Tony would be playing for a high school state championship right now, I'm sure. I mean, he reminds me of a Percy Harvin for Florida that they had years ago. So I think having him, having Golden, having that experienced quarterback with two championships we can't forget about, I think that's a big factor, having that in your backfield to your disposal. So I'm going with just the slightest advantage. Not that Concepcion and Craver does not bang out, and then you'll have Zach Moss back as well. I mean, have Moss back at the running position. So I think, man, this is definitely going to be pretty even. But I like Miami slightly with having Malachi Tony as that key factor.
I think the trenches is pretty even in this matchup, man. I think Texas A&M offensive line against Miami's defensive line is going to be a good contest, and then vice versa. I think it's going to be a good matchup between the both of them. I think they both got two really big offensive lines, which is going to be going to make for a really good contest. The bookends, though, for Miami, those two guys, I think might be a little bit better than both of Texas A&M's bookends, but you got Mike Elko scheming up some of those blitzes, man. I think that could be the equalizer to those two edge rushers that they have for Miami. So I think it's going to be a push right there. The skill positions, that Craver and that Concepcion, man, especially
Yeah.
Concepcion in the return game might be where they might have an advantage, man. Because Concepcion, when he get that ball on those punts, man, if you don't get him right away, he can take that sucker to the house, man. So I think that might be an advantage for them in this game. But the game got to be played, so we're gonna see. But I think it's pretty much even all the way across the board for both of these teams. They both got talent. They both got good offensive lines. They both got good defensive lines. But I do agree with Van Dulzea. I think that Miami has the better defense, though, overall. Did everybody get a chance to go on that question?
Trenches, I think the trenches are pretty even. I think Miami's got a better D line due to the bookend, their defensive ends. They've got two. We've really got one. Skill position is A&M. I know they've got Malachi Tony. That's fine. He is still a freshman. Not saying anything about freshmen because we've seen freshman wide receivers do great. But does the environment, cause him not hearing play calls right? Is there an issue with some of that? So we'll take that, but I'll take my skill position over Miami's every day of the week, especially with Moss coming back. You now got your stable of 5 running backs again that are all healthy. You've got Craver and Concepcion both healthy. Bethel Roman's healthy. Bussy's healthy. Everybody on the skill is healthy. I don't like the offensive lineman from A&M calling out Ruben Bain. I don't like that. That is just pure stupidity. That kid is top 5 draft. And yeah, you're telling him that you're not scared of him. Well, you better do something then because you called it out. Don't like that at all. Don't like it. The edge in the trenches, Miami's defensive line. I think their defensive line's better than our defensive line, but I think our offensive line is better than their offensive line. So I'm calling it a push, and it's close. And then I'll take our skill positions. Because like Moss, you said, how are we going to nullify that pass rush? Run the ball. Screens to Craver and Concepcion. Quick hit slants that nullifies a pass rush. So
don't forget your quarterback's legs also.
But that's the other aspect. So
But remember,
pick Miami. I knew he was going to pick Miami. He ain't going to pick A&M ever.
Remember the key thing you just said that they called out Bain. We know the type of athlete, the type of IQ that he has to know certain things, to go study film, and one thing we talk about is the break that they had. They had 2 weeks off. I think Miami is the type of school that they're playing Florida State's music at the loudest capacity and trying to figure out some way to be that 12th man even in practice. That's going to be something to prepare for. So just knowing some of those things, I think, it's going to be a game within a game as well. That's something to look at, Bang versus some of the check down calls when they get it out the Moss, and, just some of the small things, I think, play a big factor with that.
Well, just remember, Moss, that last year, A&M wasn't even as good as they are this year. The quarterback from Missouri said, it's not that loud at Kyle Field. And then they got rocked 41-10. And then Nussmeier said the same thing coming into Kyle Field. And then Marcel Reed just ran all over him because LSU had about 8 false starts. So you can play your music as loud as you want. You can't emulate that 110,000.
Right. Great point.
That's true. What has to happen for Miami to win, and what has to happen for Texas A&M to win? And then we'll get to some of the questions that are in the chat from my man, old Texas Tech man, 9144.
Yeah, for Miami to secure a victory, I think they have to limit turnovers, limit stupid plays, self-inflicting wounds. They have to play solid football. And on the road, that's going to be very difficult to do. But if they do that, they can secure a victory. For A&M, I think we talked about it. It's nullifying that pass rush. SEC Shine touched on some ways they can do that, and confusing Beck to a degree, get him uncomfortable in that pocket because we know he's a statue. If A&M is able to do that, the crowd can play a factor, then they'll win this game.
Yeah, I
I
think.
got the same keys for both teams.
Mhm.
Whoever turned the ball over is going to lose this game. Same keys for both teams.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. That's exactly what I had. Turnover battle. I think the turnover battle is key. Um, we know Beck could give it up. We know Marcel Reed could give it up. But the question is, who gives it up? Who makes those, plays for the opposing team to turn over the ball? And I think that's how you sum it up with this game. You're looking at probably the most even battle in this first round. And that 12th man, I think, give it, an edge towards Texas A&M because we know how it could be. But I think you're looking at top to bottom on paper, these two teams can compete in the national championship, of course. But I think the turnover battle, like you said, Zay, man, that's it. That's exactly where it's at.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. It's going to come down to quarterback play. And I think, honestly, when it comes to pressure, I think Marcel will probably make more plays at the end of the day. Uh, his stats may not be great, but at the end of the day, I think he'll make the plays with his feet and get around. The offensive line, I think they got like 6 or 7 returning starters. So hopefully they can run the ball, help them out a little bit. And I think they're going to try to run the ball a lot. And I think eventually, I think they're going to get to Carson Beck. They can get Carson Beck to turn the ball over, and Marcel Reed can make some plays with his legs. I think that's what they need to do to win. I think it's going to come down to quarterback play. So we'll see.
Um, A&M needs to run the ball. Need to run the ball. If A&M runs for 150 yards in this game, they'll win. Doesn't matter. I mean, who does it or how. Just as a team, 150 yards rushing and A&M will win this game. Move Reed, move the pocket, get him outside. Roll him out, sprint him out. Use the tight ends. Just 7 yards to a tight end, 7 yards to a tight end, 7 yards to a tight end. That pass rush is going to back down a little bit. So, that's my keys. Miami has to play composed, and they have to avoid penalties that have cost them stuff. And I'm not going to get into the turnover thing. Everybody else has touched on that. We all know that that's a huge advantage there, but our huge turning point in the game. But Miami just has to play composed if they want to win, and not let the moment get too big.
Let me add this, fellas. That I guess some might call it a hot take, but these two teams, Miami and Texas A&M, these are the two type of teams. One of these teams can get hot at the right time if they play sound football. It can make a run to the championship, in my opinion. I think these are maybe you call them this year's Notre Dame, the team that got hot and made it to the championship when nobody was expecting this. One of these two teams can do that.
Just think, in the last month or so, and you give Beck a little time as a senior to look at some film. He's only thrown 1 interception in the last month to 11 touchdowns. So that's a key, coming in. We know he could turn the ball over, but this is a senior. He has a chance to get him a third national championship. I mean, he might go down at some things if he could pull something out, a rabbit out the hat. You never know, but that's just something to keep in the thoughts of what Beck is doing this last month, but what he's done in his years in college football as well, and what he could possibly do. He get this game, I think, to talk a build. Even though we know what that next opponent can be, but why not talk about it now?
Yeah, for Miami, I really think that they got to be able to keep Carson Beck's pocket clean so that he can have time to throw the football and survey the field and get the ball in the hands of his playmakers. And I think they really need to have a series of plays where they make sure they get the ball in Malachi Tony's hands as much as possible. Let that young man go out there and cook because Texas A&M they can give up some points, man. So I think that they can take advantage of some things with Texas A&M's defense. As far as Texas A&M is concerned, I think as long as they got that two-headed monster at running back with Le'Veon Moss and Ruben Owens, they can really make things easy for Marcel Reed to where he doesn't have to make the kind of plays that he needs to make. I mean, that is going to force him to have to make in order to win this game. I think if they can stick to that run game with those two guys, he can find Craver, he can find Concepcion, he can find those other wide receivers, man, to really make this game relatively easy for Texas A&M. And I think that's probably what they're going to do. Anybody else got anything to add on that before we go to the score prediction and who we think going to win? All right, so what's your score prediction in this game and who's your winner?
I think the fact that Texas A&M is at home, we know that stadium gets crazy. Um, they had a lot of time off. They've been working on some things. Uh, I think I think I gotta get an advantage to A&M. I think they're gonna win this game. I'm gonna call the score 27-20. And the Aggies get the job done.
I'm in agreement. I'm gonna call the score 30-23 with the Aggies 12th man playing a big part in a wide left. And I don't know if he family, but he got that last name Moss Le'Veon. He gonna get a couple yards on that last drive as Marcel take him down the field for a game-winning touchdown drive late in the fourth quarter. Just my predictions, and then win.
31-24. That's my prediction. Touchdown. Late. It'd be a good game. All the way to it'd be 4 quarters. It's gonna be a great game. I think
I
Marcel
don't
Reed will
know if
make
Dougie
the
Fresh
plays
is
at the end.
talking, but I can't hear anything he's saying.
I said 31-24.
Or is that just me?
Nah, I don't know.
It's just you. Turn your mic on and off real quick. I can hear him.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can hear him.
Yeah. It'll be a great game. Up until the end. Marcel Reed will make enough plays to punch it in late in the game. Aggies by a touchdown.
Well, it's my only road win right here. I got 34-31 Miami.
Is that really what you want to happen, though?
Nah, I want Texas A&M to win so I can run through all this SEC stuff.
Exactly.
Imagine Texas A&M next week putting it in the air first against the Buckeyes. I can know the stream is going to be going crazy. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm going 31-27 Texas A&M. I think their run game is going to be the winning and deciding factor in this game for Texas A&M. I'm going Texas A&M, 31-27.
Stop me if you've heard this before. We gonna spot Miami 30-3 at halftime. And no, never mind.
You better not.
If we spot, I promise you, if we spot them 30 points, I'm leaving. I'm going back to bed. Which last time I took a nap when we were down 30-3, we won. So, I'm gonna go. Doug almost hit my prediction. I have 32-24. That's what I've got going is 32-24. I think. I think it's a back and forth kind of game. I think maybe A&M gets the lead, gets a stop, and then is able to, as I like to call the 4-minute offense, just run the ball, first down, just chew the clock down, and walk off the field and get ready to head to the Cotton Bowl.
Damn.
Okay. Well, let's get in this chat a little bit, man, and see what old Texas Tech man 9144 got for us. He says, speaking of NIL, if Sorsby doesn't go pro, he's coming to Texas Tech. How likely do y'all see Sorsby ended up at Texas Tech? And would he be the quarterback that you would really want to end up at Texas Tech out of all the guys that are out there?
Morton gonna be there. He ain't gonna start over Morton. Sorry. Morton's been in that system.
Wait a minute, hold up. Morton still got some more eligibility?
I think he's only a junior. Might be a sophomore.
Are you sure?
Let me look. You keep going.
That dude is old, man. That's an old dude.
I think he's got another year.
They letting them play 6 years out here, man. It ain't fair.
Man, I think Graham Morgan was there when Sam Ellinger was at Texas.
Right?
It ain't fair. I'm trying to tell you.
Damn, Diego Pavia, you got everybody thinking they're going to get 20 years in college.
Yeah.
Man. Whew. I don't know. That's tough. I think Sorsby, I can't remember. I had predicted some of the quarterback carousel in the group chat. I don't know. That's a good thought, knowing his leadership and the way they passing game is. They kind of sit in a spread type offense. And money talk. So that's something to think about as well.
He's a senior, but I still think he's got a year left. I think he's got that super. I think he's one of the last, like the super seniors with that COVID year. They're talking about his backup is going to transfer out.
He might be a super.
No, well, he might be. I mean, he's taking the Pavia path. Good Lord, man, what is going on here? Wall is up 25-8.
Wow.
What? Say that again?
What the hell are they running over there?
They've had a pick six. They had a punt block for a touchdown against Newton.
Them turnovers, man. Them turnovers, the game within the game that you can't coach. That just happened.
Yeah, well, and Newton has about 85 penalties already, false starts. They can't line up right.
Oh, my God.
They're young. Newton is very young. So.
Well, Wall's undefeated, right?
Yeah.
They're undefeated. Yeah.
Well, since his girlfriend committed on the volleyball side, I think it's only right to go there, make that.
His girlfriend did commit
hey, listen,
there.
You heard what Shaw said about them cheerleaders going out there. Hey, listen, you gotta chase the tail, bro. You gotta chase the tail.
I'm tuning in just for that, Sean, just in case James Madison cheerleaders.
Well,
I've looked it up too. Everybody is safe. I've looked it up. They do not have male cheerleaders.
Well, the thing for
unless
me
you
is,
like that, I'm not saying nothing against nobody. No discrimination.
Man.
I'm gonna get kicked off this podcast pretty soon.
Nah, you good, man. I'm just tripping because of some of the
Coach
stuff
K,
that
were
we
you
be talking.
taking the same stance that your father's taking? You're not watching no college football until next season because Notre Dame got jerked?
Now I can't hear nothing nobody saying, so I'm gonna go out and come back in real quick.
Right?
Good to see you win as well, Papa
Yeah,
Whitmore, man. We appreciate you and even birthing your great son, Post, man, to bring him to what we do, man. Great guy, and can't wait to get back
Breaking
there.
news. Breaking news. Texas A&M women's volleyball team just swept Pitt to advance to the NCAA final.
Yeah, I was watching
Nice.
some of that earlier. That's nice.
They're probably going to be an all SEC final, A&M and Kentucky.
Hey, Rob. Will Muschamp is back, man.
What are you shaking your head for, Rob?
I was going to ask you that question about that later on in the show.
They canned a
What
bunch
was
of
he
people. They canned
Wait, hold
the
on.
defensive
I said it's gonna be
coordinators.
A&M.
Hey,
I said
man.
it's going to be A&M Kentucky, and you're going to start shaking your head no.
Wait. So Texas already lost?
Yeah, they lost to Wisconsin.
Oh, they lost to Wisconsin. Okay.
Yeah, y'all got that.
It's all right, man.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
It's gonna be all right.
yeah.
yeah, we was talking about Sorsby's girlfriend going to Texas Tech, but I mean Rayola's boyfriend played at Texas Tech, so
Said
yeah.
Rayola's boyfriend.
Hey,
What?
Yeah, you got
Rayola's a trip, dude. You gotta admit that guy looks kind of weird, man. I don't know what the deal is with him. He just moved funny. I don't know what it is. The way he warm up, the way he does things.
He do
Didn't
the
He's
he
got a
Patrick
weird.
Mahomes.
yeah, Pat
Oh,
Mahomes
you talking
played
about
at
He's
Tech.
Mahomes,
exactly
huh?
like
Oh, man, you had Post, man. You had me scratching my head with that.
Yeah, Pat Mahomes played down there. Y'all know that's where Rayola want to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Old Texas Tech man, 91-44.
Yeah,
Let us know. Who you want, Sorsby or Rayola?
not
He
Rayola.
wants Thursby. He wants DJ Lagway.
Sound like you want KV Bryant.
He's
Well,
mentioned him
coming out of
about
high
4
school,
times
so he
tonight
ain't no
about how
star.
they recruited him.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell y'all too tomorrow. If you want to watch a real running back, you watch that game between Carthage and whoever they're gonna smash. That running back is going to A&M. That dude's legit, man. KJ Edwards, he is a freak.
Yeah.
And that coach is what 10-0 in championship games.
10-0 in state championship games. Documentary on him called The Game Changer.
That's unbelievable, man. 10-0.
Yep.
No.
He's got, that's what I said on our podcast the other night. He got a ring for every finger and thumb. And if he wins this one, he going to have to get a toe ring. He ain't going to have no more for his hands. Maybe he get a belly button state championship ring. I don't know, or a nose ring. I don't know, but he going to do something. I guess if you win 11 of them, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. Doug, I really liked PK, but I think it was time for Texas to move on from him because that bend don't break defense inside the 20s. He was just giving up way too much, man. They gave up way too many 3rd and longs, in my opinion, in some of them games. I think they had to part ways with him, but I think it was kind of mutual too, because he wanted to get back to the West Coast, and I think with the job opening up at Oregon and at USC, maybe he's trying to see if he can get one of those 2 jobs. But I love Will Muschamp. I felt like Lincoln Riley should have called Will Muschamp a long time ago when he was available to fix that USC defense, and he never did. But I think maybe Will Muschamp was just waiting for the right defensive coordinator job to come open, and it happened to be Texas. So I think Texas already had that in the making because I think PK wanted to get out of there and go back to the West Coast, which he sort of said that a couple of years ago, that he didn't want to do too much long term because he wanted to go back to the West Coast.
I haven't heard that name in a long time. What are y'all expecting him to bring to Texas?
Some fire.
Some fire, yeah.
For sure.
Willie Muschamp is
Yeah,
a no nonsense, very physical, got a lot of good blitz schemes.
Blitz, yeah.
And he gonna have them dudes ready to roll. I hate that we got rid of Dwayne Aquino. I really like Dwayne Aquino, but I think the way football is played now, he was going to have a hard time at Texas.
Be real. Texas went out and got Muschamp back for one reason and one reason only.
What's
So
that?
when Clark goes to the NFL, he's going to be the head coach.
That's possible.
He was the head coach in waiting. He was the head coach in waiting.
You, man. I don't think Will Muschamp is head coach material, bro.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Florida and South Carolina. But remember, he was the head coach in waiting.
Yeah, he was. I mean, they had to do that.
He was under Mac, right? Wasn't he under Mac?
Yeah.
And then but then he left to go take the head coaching job at like Florida, or South Carolina, one of the two.
Florida
won a national championship with Texas. Yeah, he was the defensive coordinator, wasn't he? Yeah.
Was he the DC in 05?
No, he was. No, that was.
He lost the national title.
Oh, that's right. I got that mixed up.
He was the
it was Chisholm. You're right.
Yeah, he was 2009.
He did lose on that.
Yeah.
And
I think it definitely brings it.
I like the move.
Yeah,
that's a good move. I like that move.
Yeah. Different physicality. I think you'll definitely see Texas moving different defensively next year. And he got some young talent.
We promoted
what you won't see is Colin Simmons dropping back in no damn pass coverage. That's what they're trying.
That's a waste of time. That's a waste of time.
Yeah, right there. Like, dude, you got one of the best pass rushers in the country dropping back in coverage. Yeah, you want to show the NFL he can do a lot of things, but he don't need to be showing they can do that.
We're gonna see what I'm gonna see what Holman Wiggins can bring as the OC at A&M. Never called plays, but dude, he is an elite wide receiver recruiter. I mean, he was the wide receivers coach at Bama for all them years, and then we just brought in a new linebacker coach who has massive ties to the state of Georgia. He was over at Arkansas. He's going to be the linebackers coach at A&M, and he's got kids. He's pulling out of Creekside, all them big Bufords. He's got ties. He used to be a high school coach in Georgia. So
Creekside, Georgia ain't a joke, man.
Neither is Buford.
Well, Buford just won their state championship last night or something like that, or the other night.
But they're
that
the new coach, the new linebackers coach is from Georgia with all the ties. So I'm going to like that pipeline.
Yeah.
Hey, we just interviewed Ryan Day just interviewed LSU offensive coordinator who was also their wide receiver coach. I forget his name. But I don't think that will be a bad hire. Coming from the other wide receiver,
right? Yeah, LSU definitely has some wide receivers too.
Yeah,
but that'd be a good hire there too. I'm curious though. I'm waiting. God, I'm waiting for this portal. I feel Ole Miss is going to be gutted. I mean, I think Ole Miss is going to look like SMU after the death penalty when they came back. It's going to be bad.
Why you say that? Because I think the school going to throw them the money.
Because it matters.
You think they're going to go down? Okay.
I think when their season's over, the running back coach from Ole Miss is going to go to LSU, and he's the one that recruited Lacey. Lacey's going to LSU. You can probably go ahead and book Chambliss if he gets an extra year of eligibility. Probably goes to LSU. I just think you're going to have a bunch of kids leave, and I think it's going to affect. I think it's going to affect Ole Miss for a couple years.
Did Ole Miss hire their coach already? Did they already hire a coach?
Who, Ole Miss?
Who?
Yeah. They promoted their DC to the head
Oh, they're
coach.
DC. Yeah, okay.
That's
yeah,
why
well,
somebody asked me the other day which coach is under the most pressure in the playoffs, and I said Pete Golding from Ole Miss. Because if let's say Ole Miss does lose to Tulane, you know how much their fan base is going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa! What did we make the wrong hire?
So do you think they hired him just to retain some of those players?
I think so, and I think he may retain some defensive player, but I don't think he's going to retain much on the offensive side.
Yeah.
And Old Tech, man, that's probably the one thing you've said so far tonight I agree with is Michigan's going to be gutted too.
You know, a name in the speaking of the transfer portal, a name that I've seen in there is a receiver from Kansas State, Jace Brown. And I watched him this year. I think somebody that get him is going to be electrified in his talent. 6'1", 160. He brings a presence, and I think just a great receiver. Just thinking about the transfer portal and watching some of these players. So I'm definitely waiting to see what else comes out in that transfer portal myself. But just a name I keep sitting and oozing, looking at it every day, like wow, So Sorensby as well. The NIL is making way so far. We see.
Here, the next question is either team going to have enough people to play in the bowl game with Michigan and Texas?
Yeah. A lot of guys out in Texas, man.
Texas will be fine, but you're right.
Why is Ethan Burke not playing? Is he getting drafted or something, or is he just not? Okay, good.
Get drafted. I think Ethan Burke has some nagging injuries too that he wants to sort of like get healed up before the combine.
Got him, Anthony Hill, Taffy, Muhammad, and didn't one of your wide receivers go into the portal? Moore?
He's going to the NFL.
No, he's going to NFL.
He said he's going to go to the NFL. He
was going to the NFL.
It was either portal or NFL.
I swore I saw one of the receivers from Texas, Moore or something, was going to the portal.
He was either going to go in the portal or he was going to the NFL. He decided he was going to go to the NFL.
Okay.
Yeah, our receiver, Rogers hopped in the portal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think Zay mentioned he expected him to go into the portal.
Yeah, so did.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be about another 8 to 10 guys from Texas that are going to probably jump in the portal once this bowl game is over with.
Yeah, we had a long snapper go into the portal.
Well.
Hey, snapping the ball is very important on extra points.
It is very important.
It is.
Very important.
Tell me about it.
Extra points, field goals, all that.
I mean, that's probably the one position in college football where the guys should have unlimited eligibility. A long snapper.
That's the best
you
position
can
to
stay
play
forever if you want to.
That's the best position to play in all of football. You don't get hit. All you got to do is snap the ball.
But you probably deal with more pressure than a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will be a long snapper in the NFL for give me minimum salary.
What about a long snapper for punts, man? You get the rundown on punt.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Run down and fake an injury so I don't get run over. But yeah, take a hamstring pull.
Crack back on one of them punt returns.
Probably. Hey, I've been laid out before. Bam Morris laid me out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we played against him in high school. He went to Cooper High School. I was from Commerce. I ran a slant, and he was there, and it didn't end well for me. I was a freshman. He was a senior. It didn't end well for me.
Man.
Yeah, slants back in those times was brutal.
Oh, yeah. Go watch the A&M TCU game from back in the day where Quentin Coriat just flexed like this on the receiver from TCU, and when he hit him, it broke both of his jaws.
Ooh.
And he didn't tackle him, he just flexed on him like that. That's all he did.
Who did he play for? The Colts or something like that? He played for the Colts, I think.
The Colts.
Yeah. God, that guy was a monster.
Yeah, I go watch the Ryan Clark footage, man, of when Ryan Clark used to play. Like, it's just crazy how he used to hit people, man. Like, every time I watch that video, I just watch it at least twice. Like, he was probably the DB that you would love to have that you hated to play against because you know he gonna put a licking anytime you come to the field.
This will date me. The DB you didn't want to run up against in my mind, two of them, Ronnie Lott and Bill Bates from the Cowboys.
Bill Bates was one of the better special teams guys too. That's where he started off at.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was a Bubba McDowell guy, House of Pain, man. Used to know those.
He's also extremely famous for getting run over by Bo Jackson, or Herschel Walker won him as a freshman. Just trucked Bill Bates when he was at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all can't mention hard hitting physical safeties without mentioning Psycho Bob Sanders.
Tatum. He said Jack Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he said Jack Tatum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, Jack Tatum. Yeah.
That's who you got to talk about. Somebody that smacking them heads off.
What was the name of that show back in the day the NFL put out? It was like the NFL Crunch Course or something like that.
Or Jacked Up.
I played that for some kids one time where the D lineman's coming through and the quarterback's there and the D line just grabs him by the face mask and throws him to the ground. The quarterback was like, "You can't do that." And I was like, back then you could.
You could back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is rumors that Underwood is going to hit the portal, but I mean we don't know yet. But there is rumors that he's going to hit the portal. Old Texas Tech man, 9144. Everybody believes he's going to hit the portal, and I think so too.
Yeah.
He already said where he going. They already said he going straight to LSU where he was supposed to go from the giddy up.
Do y'all think he fits the system for Lane Kiffin?
Great question. It is a whole different coach now. But I think Lane Kiffin would love to have that young man. I know I would.
Yeah, I think, and no offense to the Michigan people, but I think Lane Kiffin would do a better job kind of grooming him and putting him in a position to be successful on the field, more so than the coaching staff at Michigan done this past season.
I agree with you.
You got to think of the alumni. You know, you got Tyrann Mathieu already recruiting him. I think the support that he'll get when it comes to him getting better, I think, you know, he'll get all that and some. They would want to see him, you know, be a great quarterback, get to that next level, but most importantly, bring this LSU school, you know, a national championship. That's what they brought Kiffin there for. That's what the transfer, of course, would be for. That's why they put the money out there on the table for him to come in the first place, even though it went the opposite way. But now it's all coming forefront, you know. So question is, you know, will you make that move? I would love to see it. Nothing against what they're doing at Michigan, but the type of quarterback he is, I would love to see him at LSU and defeating the odds of what people already see him as. I think he's a great quarterback. He just needs some work. And why not be with Kiffin and a program that down at LSU, you could just do what you do. Weather is yours.
Bo Perbula entered the portal too.
And I think that's going to be the pitch to Underwood. Come here and do what Joe Burrows did. Come here and get developed and win the national championship. But I don't agree with y'all with Joey getting developed, but that's what we would tell this young man right here.
Joey Burrow got developed great, I think, at LSU.
Well, he said it started at Ohio State.
Man, listen.
You sat for 3 years behind C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields, and you think that you didn't learn in that quarterback room? All of those quarterbacks went off to the NFL.
He learned that. I mean,
high draft pick. So If you want to believe that he was there for 3 years and wasn't prepared to go and run somebody's offense and didn't know how to read defensive coverages, y'all, something wrong with y'all.
No, that's not what we're
He's a
saying.
very intelligent quarterback. He's been ready to play since he was a freshman. He
So
just couldn't break through.
Ohio State is just that good that he didn't get put with a great coordinator at LSU. I think a year's difference showed me I think when he got with the offensive coordinator at LSU, we seen a different skill. I think everything that we seen, he was under great teachers at Ohio State as well.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Burrow, but I seen a total different Burrow once he got to LSU and played them years at LSU. You know, from me seeing him in the spring at Ohio State.
I see the same Burrow right now in Cincinnati that I saw in Columbus. I saw him. Y'all don't see our players like we see. I saw him.
Spring game, and he
was able to play. He was able to play any year. He could have been a starter. Any year. Everything was always neck and neck. Had to just beat him out.
This isn't about
spring game that year. He got dogged. He didn't get no shot.
This is my point is, if you go watch Burrow his first year at LSU, he was not good.
No.
But then the next year,
he's in a whole completely different environment. It's a completely different offense, completely different receivers. Ain't nobody coming right in like nothing else. You got to get adjusted, and you got to know the system and all of that stuff. You don't just come in and just have success like that.
In 2019 was when he got teamed up with Joe Brady. That was who came in 2019. Joe Brady wasn't there in 2018. So he came in one season and broke all them damn records under Joe Brady in 1 year. Because
that was my point too.
I'm not saying he wasn't developed in Ohio State at all. All I'm saying is he wasn't that good in 2018. In 2019, when LSU brought in Joe Brady to be the passing game coordinator, of course, he had Chase and he had all them other. He was loaded.
What you mean? Of course, who wouldn't have broke them records with them receivers? But you would have. But look, here's the thing though. You have to be an accurate quarterback.
Right.
You can't be Underwood who just throwing heat.
Right.
Joey B went down there as an accurate throwing quarterback. He didn't go down there as somebody with accuracy problems. And he got these all worldwide receivers to throw to, and the line is protecting him, and he ain't under no pressure.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's a straight key to success.
But if you go back and watch 2018, what I'm saying is in 2018 he had the same weapons.
He had the same receivers,
but he couldn't do anything with it. Joe Brady came in to revamp the passing game, and all of a sudden those receivers became better. Burrow had another year of growth under him.
Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator.
What I'm saying is it took the right passing game coordinator to fix everything to make it all fall into place.
What I'm trying to tell y'all is, and I just leave it at this, and we just call a spade a spade. Just as example given, I don't say that Ohio State can really take credit for Justin Saying accuracy in the way he throws the ball. Now, this is the school that, the only school he's played for. He been doing this since high school. He can do this. He's getting good coaching, and he's doing what he do.
That's it.
If he was to leave and go to Alabama and be down there doing whatever, it wouldn't be he got developed at Alabama. He was already good when he was here in Columbus, and that's all I'm just trying to explain to you.
That's 100% right. That's every kid in the nation. If you go to one of these big power programs,
some of these kids is bums.
How many kids? What?
Some of these kids are bums.
The number 33 for Ohio State was a bum.
Yeah. Yeah, he
You're
was.
gonna have stuff, but
Now, if he would have went down to LSU and did what Joe Burrow did, yep, I would have said, yep, see, somebody developed it. But he went out to Cal and couldn't even get a starting position.
Yeah.
You are who you are wherever you go. You ain't changing.
He went
A
to
lot of these
Ohio
players
State.
are the same players that they were as high school dominant seniors. Those are the ones who can translate over to this college game easy.
So let me ask you this real quick: is Fernando Mendoza, was he developed at Cal?
I really don't. I'm gonna say that he learned the tools that he needed to be this successful in Indiana at Cal, and he got put in a beautiful system.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, you just have to fit the system. You could be a great quarterback, but be in a bad system.
Right.
I think he got put in a better position at Indiana. I don't know.
He got put in a great place. He got put in the best position of his life.
Right.
So that's an understatement.
I can't say he came into Cal with that same skill that he possessed now. This is 2 years at Indiana. You come from, you're a Heisman Trophy winner.
Here's your dark horse transfer. Bo Perbula is going to enter the portal from Missouri. Don't be surprised if he winds up at Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I know they just got that 5-star Jared Curtis kid, but Perbula fits more of the Pavia skill set, and he builds a bridge to give that kid 1 year.
Yeah.
Oh man, I like that kid they got at Vanderbilt, man. That's the top overall prospect.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, but you don't want to throw him into the fire right away.
Freshmen starting in the SEC do not end well normally.
Just look at it real quick though. BYU got the #1 basketball player, right? Vanderbilt coming in with the #1 football player. 2 schools you don't think that's going to do things like this. I think this kid starts. I think this kid plays. I think he's going to need this experience similar to AJ DeBonsa. I've been watching him, but watching BYU get better. And just think at this point in the season, it's at the end of the year, that playoff push for a freshman. You never know what Vanderbilt could be. And thinking that they should be in this year of that playoff, just something to think about in some crazy comparisons. But you know how Mossberg is.
Yeah, that's a crazy comparison. That's apples and oranges, brother.
Especially thrusting him into a 9-game SEC schedule next year.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Yep.
He gonna be nice, but he needs some time to get his feet wet. I wouldn't throw him right into the fire. And I wouldn't do it, man. But I think if they get somebody in there so he can sit a year and learn, he'll be all right. But I get your point, Mossberg. Sometimes you just forced to have to play that freshman, man, to get his feet wet. All right, y'all. If you ain't got nothing else, man, we can wrap it up. We're coming up on 1 hour.
I want to make one more comment.
All right, cool.
It's right here. Bro, have you ever been to Lubbock? Lubbock is the worst smelling town outside of Beaumont, Texas.
It smelled worse than Pine Bluff.
Dude.
And a paper mill.
Bro. If the wind's blowing the wrong way, you ain't gonna smell nothing you want to smell, brother.
Yeah.
There's a lot of timber up there in Pine Bluff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Smell like Frank Road.
Yep.
So, man, it's rough, dog.
That ain't good.
I'm gonna go finish watching.
Like you say, the wind blow the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's a rough.
If y'all haven't, man, just go on. Make sure y'all check out the conversation with Mossberg I had yesterday with Gage Brown. One of the best ones yet, man. It was just a great overall conversation interview, and we're gonna be doing some things together as well, and bringing him to introduce him to everyone also in the coming months. Once this weather break as well. Make sure y'all tap in to City League TV, man. Tomorrow, Friday, we don't give y'all no no whereabouts of where we're gonna be till we post it up on
It's already ready for tomorrow. We got a big one at Walnut Ridge and Afrocentric. We got another one on the north side up at with Northland and Linden. That will be a great one to cover, but I know I'll be at Walnut Ridge and Afrocentric. Man, if we get somebody at that Northland and Linden, that we might be able to do some things because that's the north side bang. What you say, Moss?
That's the one I'm gonna try to get myself. Was that Northland, that Linden? I've been talking to quite a few people. Northland is a school that I've been communicating with a lot. Linden as well. I need to communicate with more, but I'm gonna definitely try to be there tomorrow for that one, and I believe it is at Linden. Outside of that, man, it's just.
I think I want to say it's at Northland.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Y'all enjoyed this good coverage for them youth. I'm gonna be locked in. Gotta watch that football tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
Got one of my good buddies I used to work with down in Texas. He's a ref now, and he's actually reffing the Frisco Lone Star game. The night game tomorrow night, so I'm gonna watch that. I ain't gonna jump on Saturday morning. I'm gonna be getting ready for the game. So
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be there Saturday either. I gotta work, man.
But we're gonna
work Saturday and Sunday.
Not the Friday after Christmas, not the 26th, but the following Friday, the first part of what is that, the second or something of the New Year.
Yeah.
That first Friday in January, I'm gonna be running the next episode of our NASCAR series, and I'm gonna start breaking down more of the app on that podcast.
All right, y'all. Well, man, I enjoyed everybody tonight, man. We had a really good discussion on the college football playoff first round for preview and predictions. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's evening, man, and hopefully we'll see everybody again on Saturday morning, those that can make it, and then again on Sunday morning, and we'll be back on Tuesday and Thursday as normal, and we'll sprinkle in something on Monday and Wednesday, depending on what's going on in the sports world. So everybody out there, enjoy yourself, and we out.
Yep.
Peace.
Oh no, we was in the building.
Remember Lubbock stinks.
Yeah.